Hello and welcome back to the Monch Hours podcast. I'm your host John, and I'm here with my Mr. Surfer Pro friend. I guess we're calling it this week. What's going on, Jordan? How you doing?
Pretty good, bro. You know, just living the dream.
Yes,
I was telling you
sir.
earlier how you texted me and got ghosted on.
Yeah.
Passed out, went out surf for a few hours and couldn't keep my little eyes open, bro.
You sound tired, dude. You sound tired.
Bro, it's been a long week. But I'm here. Got my anime in.
That's good.
Got that recharge with some manga. So.
I was afraid I was going to have to go solo dolo on this one and Jason Derulo it and do my own self-podcast.
Just talking to the wall.
Talking to the wall. Yes, sir. All right, but anyways, guys, so what we're talking about, we got a brief introduction right there. We're going over this week's My Hero Academia release for the manga. We're going with Chainsaw manga. And we're going to finish up with Jujutsu Kaisen manga and then the anime at the end, which is the most recent episode. I think it was episode 6 for Jujutsu Kaisen. So if you're anime only, I'm sorry to tell you, you got to just forward to the end, unless I break it, which actually I'm breaking this up as segments, so you'll click on the next video. So if you're watching this one right now, you might want to look for the Jujutsu Kaisen anime video, which will be coming up shortly after this one. With that, we will cue the intro and crack a cold one. All right, actually, pre-cracked it, so I cheated.
Welcome to the Monch Hours podcast, where we consume manga and anime with pleasure. Crack a cold one and enjoy the show.
Man, once it hits the lips.
Once it hits the lips, it gets the sips going, and I'm doing double dips in the gym. My flow is flowing. I got the bars. Don't know where it's going, but the Monch Hours is on, and baby, we're brewing.
Wow, bro, you sound like what's his name? Dude from Holes.
Dude from Holes.
The dude, the actor from Holes, bro. Why can't I remember?
Shia LaBeouf?
You sound like him on Sway in the Morning when he did his.
Oh,
his,
yeah. It's like a white
freestyle.
boy thing, I guess. But I'm half Mexican. Shia LaBeouf half Mexican? Maybe half Indian?
Something. I don't know what last name LaBeouf is,
bars.
but
I got bars after bars. I'm an anime
Bars.
weeb. Got a lot of that.
Continue.
Anyways, and we're back. Jordan, what are you sipping on this week, my brother?
just the usual, some Big Swell IPA. It's a nice, smooth IPA. Good
Nice and
after,
smooth.
good after a long day. Not too harsh, but not too smooth. So it's a good one. You want me to go full just beer snob and talk about the hop profiles and how it has notes of coriander mixed with. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm not even gonna
Coriander?
do it anymore.
Isn't that poisonous? That's oleander. That's oleander.
Pretty sure that's the dude from Harry Potter who makes the wands, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, oleander is poisonous because, one, we used it to make it in that Dead Island game. So that's one. Yeah, and two, shout out to Glepnir. They used it to they burnt a field of oleander and killed the whole army with poison suffocation. So.
Oh shit! All right. Well, I
yeah.
don't think that's coriander though. I don't think that'll do anything.
No, I know. That's what I said. I mistakenly thought of oleander. So not coriander.
I hope that's not in my beer.
Yeah,
Might be
my teeth
dead
looking white today.
Next 10 minutes.
Good, because rest in peace, Jordan. You guys will see it here in the next 10 minutes. So, yeah, Chainsaw Man. Oh, sorry, My Hero first. So, I didn't share what I'm drinking. I'm drinking Alworks Brewing Company Tavern Brown Ale. I don't know much about this. Our homie Shane sent me a gift for my birthday, and it got here a couple weeks ago. It's essentially a brew pack of breweries, craft breweries across the nation. So a little mix and match here. It tastes pretty good, pretty decent. shade on it though. Not as good as the Cali beers, man. These coastal beers. They got these coast. The coast is the best. If you haven't been to the coast, you gotta
I think
come.
you're biased.
And the West Coast is the best coast. Okay.
Yep. I agree with that.
But the Beast Coast is still pretty beast because they got Flatbush Zombies and Underachievers and Joey Badass and Capital C's. Rest in peace, Capital C's. But I guess we're talking about the hip hop scene here, so let's sway into the mix.
Transition over.
My hero. Let's get into it. So I know you're not caught up. What part are you at?
I just finished can't remember the town, but when all the League of Villains started fighting the corporation, the Liberation.
The Corpos? Yeah.
Yeah, Redestro and all them took over that. So I finished that whole arc, and then just a couple chapters after that where they're just starting their interview process, like learning the interview, and then I think I was reading about they're just starting the rework studies again. They're restarting work studies. So
okay, so you saw like Shoto, Bakugo, and Young Midoriya team up with Endeavor?
No.
Okay, that's the work study coming up. Anyways, I'm spoiling this for you for the most part because I'm talking about the most recent chapter.
Oh, I know. It's on me for not being caught up. So
man, you had 1 week. You had one job this week. I'm just kidding. As you guys all know, elections in the U.S. were this week, so it was really hard to concentrate on a lot of things. And I think, I don't know, I had trouble doing school this week. What about you?
Honestly, with all like the madness, like I just tried to like not look at the internet besides for school.
Yeah.
So I was able to distract myself from everything going on.
Gotcha.
With
all right,
work and school and going in the ocean. There's no internet in the ocean, so
that's a good way, dude. That's talking about isolation, especially on the island. But okay, so this week on chapter was actually pretty freaking huge. So we also obviously had talked about the battle with Shigaraki last week and Bakugo. I didn't put it out onto the video I released. It's on the podcast, but it's not on in video format because of just technical errors. But this week we still have that climax going on. And the arrival of Mega Gigante. Actually, I don't remember. I always remember his name prior to the podcast, but I think I'm saying it right. Mecha Gigante?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Mecha something.
Mecha something. I would say Mega Gigante. Spanish. Get some tacos from megagigante.com. Anyway, so he's arriving, and at his arrival, everyone's kind of freaking out because essentially, the big baddie's here. But what we got extra this week is the way this chapter opens up is we have Shoto's mom, Endeavor's wife, the Todoroki family's mom, who's in a mental ward right now. Her TV turns on, and it's an image of Dabi, right? And Dabi's making an announcement over the airwaves, and he interrupted public news that's covering what's going down with the heroes and villains, so everyone's seeing it. Well, he shows up, and here goes Mega Gigante, and he's just fucking shit up. And he shows up, Dabi shows up, and he makes a grand entrance. And immediately we have both Endeavor and Shoto. And he gets up, he takes his watt. See, he's on Mega Gigante's hand. And I'm trying to paint this image for you because you haven't seen it. And he's doing his spiel.
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. And he gets it and he rinses off his hair. So the black hair dye comes out. Or maybe it was like ash, since he's like a fire guy. It came out pretty easily, but I'm not getting into the science of a fictional thing here. He goes, I have a great name. Call me Toya. So we finally got the reveal of the lost family member of the Todoroki family. Toya Todoroki. And of course, we see how in shock Endeavor is in both Shoto. Now Shoto, Mr. Half Hot, Half Cold. And then at the same time, this is playing, like a speech of his is playing over the airwaves, and the mother is seeing this take place too. So he goes on to a whole spiel. He's kind of doing his grandiose thing, and then Endeavor and Akash and of course Shoto are in shock. And it's fucking an awesome chapter because I think for a lot of us, what I'm seeing right now is most people, they knew that this was coming, that this reveal was hinted at prior in previous chapters throughout the whole story line of My Hero. There's been, insurmountable amount of fan theories and obviously the pictures of the cross-referencing between Dabi at the time and old photos of Toya. And pretty much you knew, and the way that Dabi would talk to Shoto, like, oh, I can't kill you right now, or I missed my chance to kill you, and he always kind of bring up Endeavor, so that foreshadowing was there. So I think most of us knew. So for this reveal was good, not because it was shocking for us, but because of the execution and the timing was fantastic. Because I mean, you're at the height of this climactic battle, right? The heroes are on the edge of like defeat, and so is Shigaraki. Everyone's gassed out. They went plus ultra, and here comes Dabi, who takes this moment in time where he has both Shoto and Endeavor and Across and the Mother, and delivers them like a fatal ego blow right into them. And it's just like, again, as Endeavor has tried to officially be a good father and try to absolve of his sins, he gets a reminder of his extremely cruel past and abusive past with Toya. And Toya's kind of explaining what went down and telling the world how abusive Endeavor is, and how he like originally was going to do this earlier, but he found out that Endeavor was number one, and so like he's just letting the pot stir and be a mastermind. So the way that this was executed by Dabi is and Toya, I should say, is what makes it so well for us that knew this reveal was coming. And I don't think there could have been a better way, because it kind of like we knew it was coming. We had like an appetizer of it. It was like, oh, I can't wait till it happens. When is it going to happen? And it finally did in this moment, in this grand scale of a battle. So it's freaking insane. Now, for those that didn't see this coming, then this would be a grand shock and a grand reveal, because you're like, whoa, what the fuck? That's Toya? And there's no harm in that, because I think it's genius, because there's two readers. The people who saw it coming, the people that didn't. And I feel that it provided substantial content for both of them, So I think it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And
right,
did you think Dabi was Toya at all prior to this?
No, I didn't even think about that. I'll admit to it.
Oh shit, my bad.
Connect those two. So, bro, just big mind explosion right now, and I'm like 40 chapters behind, so it's on me.
Damn, dude. Well,
I mean, it makes sense now. Like, just thinking about when you're talking about it, I was like, well, fuck, I should have known. Just like through all the backlog of references we're getting, it's not like they like made it impossible to decipher. We had little hints, like you're saying, and
right.
It's good on you guys for just digging that out, because me over here just big stupid didn't see that coming.
Well, it's cool because like as he's explaining everything to both Shoto and everybody, he's like, and I would run to Natsu and cry at my abuse. I was a failed one. As he's doing this, he's dancing in like kind of like a maniacal way. Like he's dancing on the hands of Mecha Gigante, and while he's doing all this, and it's like frantic. It's crazy. It's truly evil villain. And for those that have been reading the story, Dabi's been one of the ones that you could tell just radiates pure evil and really follows Stain's ideology, or even I kind of feel like he transcended that, and he really does consider Shigaraki an ally and everybody here an ally, because originally the League of Villains were just a slap of people together that just came together because of Stain, and throughout this time we do feel like they are truly like a team and they see each other as family, especially now that you saw the oh no, you didn't see it yet, you're still but you're the part where you saw Twice's power up, Sadman's Parade.
Yeah, dude. Everyone
how he felt of
just
Toga.
snapped at that.
Yeah, like so. I just love seeing this character progression. That Dabi has his moment. Like we're all waiting for it. Yeah, Dabi was powerful. He's badass, and now we truly see his like maniacal, evil, just mindset.
True villain. Yeah,
yeah.
That is like you could have announced that at the beginning of the series with the was it Camino when they're fighting there, or one of their big entrance into just villainy. Could have announced that. I mean, it would have still it would have been a shocker to the world that the number 2 hero, his son, but just waiting for the perfect moment, like that's like what the
The
true
long
like
con.
yeah, that's what a
Mastermind,
super villain.
yeah.
There's villains and then there's super villains, and I think playing it that way, he like really struck a chord. And I'm just assuming with how the story's going from where I'm at in the story, how Endeavor's been kind of building popularity and kind of raising people's hopes. It seems like so.
Yeah.
He's gained a lot of momentum where he might have just been like a bruiser, like, but no one was really looking at him like All Might. He's kind of building that and
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
waiting until it's at the peak, which I'm assuming he's at this point he's at his like peak, like everyone's like Endeavor, yeah, like everyone's behind him.
Yeah.
Which I'm just assuming. I don't know because I'm still 40, 50 chapters behind, but waiting for that moment and then releasing this bomb can just shatter everything that he has built over these past, however many chapters it's been since he became the number one.
It did shatter. Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that. There's a panel in it where there's like these two kids that are, I think they're the same kids that were cheering on Endeavor when he fought that Nomu back then. I think it's the same kid, but they're watching in shock on their computer screen. There's a panel of it. And of course we do the mother's in shock as well. She was just recovering from all the abuse and, her family was getting together. Shoto, like everything was just moving forward for him.
Yeah.
And Dabi just literally just crushed it. And you can see it, the shock in Endeavor's eyes. Like Shoto, like what I really like is like the way these panels are designed here. Like we see both Shoto and Endeavor, who Dabi calls him Enji, which is his first name. And like Shoto kind of looks like in shock, like just complete shock, like what the fuck. But Endeavor looks like despair, like just from the pits of hell, despair. Like it's insane.
I think I'm looking at the panel you're talking about, and yeah, it looks like it seems like he's been trying to reconcile his past,
right?
Where he's admitted that he hasn't been a good father, and he's kind of been trying to, like, you can't fix what you've done, but you can move forward and address it and do better. And it seems like he's been trying to do that, but just the realization that all of his past actions are now coming back to haunt him, and not just him, but like the world as a whole. Like he's caused many deaths, like inadvertently, of course, but still through his actions towards Dabi, he's caused this person to kill however many people. And that would affect like anyone,
Dude, he straight up says that. Yeah, are you reading? Because he straight up says like, because of your actions, I've killed 30 people. Like Dabi tells that to fucking Endeavor.
Does he? Oh, I'm trying to look for that panel now.
Good on you. I think it's like when you let me see. I have it on my phone. Let me try.
Oh yeah, to the state I've killed over 30 innocent people in cold blood.
Damn, Jordan, you can't call yourself dumb, man. Look at you.
Hey, bro, I didn't see this whole reveal coming, so.
But yeah, so we have this. So it's gonna be crucial as to what Endeavor does here. Like we have these moments. It's just, man, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna rise above Plus Ultra or shatter beneath the weight? And I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
It's getting real interesting. And I'm way behind still, so.
Dude, you have a week to go. Let me see. I think it's next one's in 7 days. Yeah, 7 days. You got 1 week.
Yeah.
40 chapters? So what is that? You can do 10 a day. You'll be set.
Oh, bro, I'll be there. Don't you worry.
Yeah, then we can talk about it. And we can talk about it truly, man. With that conversation. Hey, yeah, that's the hot stuff going on right now for My Hero. So let us know what you guys think. Do you think Endeavor will rise above? What do you think of Dabi's reveal? Did you see it coming? Or did you not? If I spoiled you, well, you can hate me. You can type in the comment and be like, fuck
hate
you,
him.
dude. I don't, I got to.
You did it to me, too.
I've been spoiled before, and I'm a 28-year-old man. I think I can handle a few words. But yeah, that's it. That's My Hero. So I think we're good on that one. We're excited to see where it goes on for, and yeah.
I need to get caught up because
you need to get caught up.
That shit just looking at what you were talking about, and as you were speaking on it, got me hyped, bro. So,
Good. I'm glad I got you hyped.
this train's going forward. I'm gonna get there.
The train's going full speed ahead.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
What are we
so
doing now with JJK?
no, we're jumping into Chainsaw Man. So disclaimer: if you're jumping here late, this is Chainsaw Man chapter 192 of the manga, of course.
92,
So,
not 192.
92. What did I say?
192.
92, just 92. So spoilers right now. If you're not here, turn it off. Shit gets crazy in these last two chapters, and catch up to this when you're all caught up.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
what do you think?
Don't be listening.
Hit me with it, Jay.
It's there's a lot of emotion in this. There's some emotions like when you're reading the first few pages, and I always forget her name, but the
Kobeni.
DDR girl, what's her name?
Kobeni?
Yeah, her.
Yeah.
Where she's like talking and
Yeah.
she's just like saying, "So I can't see my family anymore," and old dude is like, "Nope." She's like, "I can't call them." He's like, "Probably not." He's like, "I'm probably gonna die." Like, yeah. And then,
Right.
but she's like, so you're like, "Oh man, that's pretty like rough." Like just that realization that your life's gonna be kind of on the run now. But then she's also like, now I have an excuse not to see him, and then that kind of throws you for a twist because you're like, what happened like family wise to her, you know?
Right.
So like that just hit me. Like I just like, I don't know, kind of like with Dobby, like these family dynamics can be so like detrimental
Close to
to
home.
someone. Yeah, it could be worse than death for some people,
Oh, yeah.
depending on their situation. So it just like is really painful to see that for, you know, I have a great family, but like knowing that people go through these situations, and
Right.
I mean, obviously not to this extreme where a woman with insane like powers can kill you, but
Yeah.
just knowing that you would rather choose a life where you're facing a woman like Maki compared to just having to face your family. And that's
Yeah,
just,
I
is
think it's and the way this chapter was led into, because as we saw the end of chapter 91 was kind of heroic in a way that we saw kind of like the rise of Denji getting up from that trash can and like giving his iconic peace sign, like he's ready. And then we had an extremely stark contrast. We have a very real moment. It's depressing. It's suffering. Like you mentioned, Kobeni is just like relieved that she doesn't have to speak to her family. So she's been suffering for so long. And this gives her an excuse. She's still scared, obviously, and but like you said, gives us a glimpse into her life. As we know from previous chapters, you know, she's pretty much just been indebted to her family for whatever reason. She's working this job to help fund her brother go to college. Her family bought her a car just so she can run errands and get gas and do that. So she's been kind of a slave to her family, which she mentions that she touches on when she's speaking to Denji. Denji says, you know, I just want to be normal. And like, he doesn't want to go through all the suffering. And then that's when you have that panel of Kobeni saying, isn't that just normal? And that breaks Denji. You know, Denji's kind of like one of his main goals was to be a normal person. And what he thought was normal was no worries, you know, no suffering, nothing of that kind, just being happy and go lucky. And then having this talk, like a wake up to this is how it is for some people. And this is how it is for most. You know, we all have our worries and shit. Was kind of like fourth wall breaking, because as a reader, you read and you're like, fucking shit, man. Like I said, you can relate to that. So I like what she says, like, you can't escape that except in your dreams. And it's pretty fucking crazy. And we see kind of like, we just have a panel of like Denji kind of staring off to nothing, and then there's no words. You can tell he's just in shock. And it's so, it's like it's a void after that speaks a lot though. That's super impactful, and that's what
It
I
is
really.
impactful.
That's my highlight of this chapter is kind of that realization, and having
like
his
that.
character as Kabeni, like of all people to present it. Like he could have been Kishibe, who was right there, but it was like Kabeni. Like break it down like that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, and how Denji realizes that that's kind of they are one and the same almost because he's lived his life tied to the will of other people. He's always had to do what others have wanted him to do. Even in his early beginnings, he was working for the mafia to repay his father's debt. So basically, his whole existence has just been people telling him what. Yeah, like he says, he's a dog. But then at the end of the chapter, you get them looking at the TV, and he's seeing how he's not normal. His actions have affected so many people's lives, where he might think he's just acting out other people's will, but in reality, he's been like saving so many. Like we know damn well it wasn't Maki's intention for him to become this super celebrity that everyone just looks at as a hero. So you can see like through like his actions, he's also been doing little things like saving everyone along the way. There is past chapters where he's talked about, or there's been interviews where people are talking about how Chainsaw Man saved him, and it kind of comes like full circle. Like we're almost at that point where he's about to accept, like, I'm not normal. I've been a good person, and I've been putting forth like righteousness this whole time, even though I might feel like I've been a puppet in Maki's grand machinations.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting you had that point of view, because I saw it like when, because like she says you want, like Kabeni says you want to be normal, and like he does have the realization, I think right then and there, that he never will be normal because he is Chainsaw Man, and like through the actions you mentioned, like I think this is like there's no normal for him, and again his goal, one of his main goals, to be that normal person, was shattered in front of him. So in terms, I think you saw it in like a way of uplifting, but I'm reading it as like, holy shit, I'll never be normal and this fucking sucks. Like, I'm Chainsaw Man. And he sees all these people cheering for him, Chainsaw Man, Chainsaw Man. And now he has responsibilities. He's now the hero to these people, and he doesn't want to be the hero to the people. I think maybe he did, but now that he is, and he understands the cost that comes with it, because now he's not ignorant and chooses to be dumb. He's like, holy shit, I will never have a normal life. That's how I see it. That's how I read it.
Looking at it, like I'm looking at the last panel and where he's just staring at the TV, I can kind of see like your point of view now. Just he's got that blank face on, and it's kind of like, in his mind, if I were him, I'd just be like staring like, fuck.
Yeah.
It'd be like extra weight. So I actually maybe just
exactly
erase everything I said, bro.
No, that's
just
cool. No, I'm glad that that's I think that's one thing that's super fucking cool, is when you can have people that read something and they see it in a different perspective, especially when you're reading it, because like when we have things in animation, it's you can get it fed to you and you can tell what's going on for the most part because there's music, ambient noise, you get the emotion. But when you're reading it, like it could be total polar opposites, like me and you just experienced right now. So that's pretty cool that you did see it that way. And now you can like flip and say, well, now I see it this way that you mentioned it. So, yeah, man.
Hopefully Genji just accepts it and can enjoy his fame. I don't know. I don't want him to be like hating it. Maybe that's where my mindset is. I don't want him to be like in pain because he's looking at it as a burden, not a blessing.
I think what will take place is he is going to see this as a burden, which he did right here, but the pleasure of the good things that came out of this would outweigh the burden, which is his relationships with Aki and Power and Puchita, and then maybe like a flashback to Reese or whatever. I think those will outweigh, and he will see like that's more important at the end of the day, and that will kind of maybe Kishibe will slap him into place, and get him going again, and see the good that he can do outweighs his own personal worry. And because I think it's like we talk about this when Denji, his character progression was like all just about like he was just lusting, boobs, sex, things like that. And then once he got it, he's like, this isn't what I thought it would be. And I think he's always just wanted like his family, like maybe that kind of love and adoration, which he got from Power and Aki. And then maybe, as this transpires right now, like I mentioned earlier, like that outweighs the burden of it. And that is truly what he wants. But we'll see, man. The battle is yet to come.
Hopefully he can translate that love he got from his friends and then start to accept the love that he's getting from like the masses as equally as important.
Yeah.
So and then we've seen those moments where all he really isn't, he wants his love. So hopefully he moves beyond seeing it as a burden and just recognizes it's all love.
Yeah, like I think back to when he jumped into the ocean to save Reese, Bomb Devil, after like she literally tried to kill him. And she's like, "Are you an idiot?" And he's like, "No, I just, this is how I feel." And so you can tell like failure. It's hard to think about like Denji is a teenager at this point in the story, so it's crazy. And like I think the same thing for Kobeni. It's just when you think about it, man, it's crazy. I keep saying that, but it's Chainsaw Man. What else do you want me to say? It's a crazy fucking series. But damn, when are we getting the Kobeni powers? I want to see her contract. Show me the contract.
Gotta be coming. Right?
Show me the contract.
Oh shit, we need to
see
it.
She got some sick dance moves. Maybe some dance is gonna be involved with it.
Some DDR.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Break it down.
Anxiety Devil.
Oh man,
that'd be crazy, right?
Anxiety Devil.
Talk about self-realization or self-aware.
That'll be the ultimate power.
But yeah, so I mean, that's where I think Chainsaw Man's going. You got anything for us?
I guess we'll see, bro. We're entering the end game. We're Doctor Stranging it.
Doctor Stranging it. As much as I like this, I really like the because there's been a lot of tropes out there where it's like there's a lot of like time, like you can go back in time, forward in time, different dimensions, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I really like how this series is nestled in its own time frame. There is no going back. I get that devils can be reborn, but they lost their memories, and hopefully that isn't the case with Power. But I really enjoy like the weight of the deaths, and that's like really fucking cruel to say, I guess. But I like when there's like a lot of depth to these characters and massive emotion.
Yeah, I mean we've touched on that in past episodes. How mainly the Western comics versus manga, how in Marvel and DC there's not too much weight when a character dies, but just reading like through Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen, there's countless manga where a death can mean they're gone, unless you're reading Dragon Ball. But a death is actually permanent.
Or My Hero too.
Yeah.
So
I guess we'll see, bro.
All right. Let us know what you think about Chainsaw Man, this most recent chapter. And how did you see that those panels get played? More like Jordan's original or like more like mine? So I'm gonna be curious to know. And thanks for watching that part. Let's get into Jujutsu Kaisen.
129.
The manga.
Episode 129.
The manga. Spoiler alert right now. Manga only. Manga only right now. Readers only.
Manga. Yeah. If you're watching, leave. Go away.
We'll get to you soon.
Yeah, we'll be there. This will do this. We're getting some action, bro. These past couple chapters, this black action.
Just like that?
Just like that, dude. Yeah. Dude, man, I'm pretty stressed out because obviously we don't know, or we know really Itadori is not gonna really be at too much risk. You know, the main
Right.
character usually isn't gonna die. But was it Toto?
Toto, yeah.
Toto, bro. I just like
Top
he's too
knot.
badass. He's top now, bro. He's too badass and it's too strong. Sometimes, like when you're that cool and that strong, it
Death
can make
flags,
you like
man. Death flags.
bro. It's like, don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't be
Don't,
cooler,
please.
man. I can't handle it.
Just let him live. Like we need this. We need this guy.
I
But
agree.
at this point, nothing too dramatic has happened in his life, or in this instance. It's pretty badass. Have Patchwork in this chapter. He makes those transfigured humans,
Yeah.
which Toto is like he's computing like the power level he thinks that they're at,
Right.
and like he's caught off guard. He's like hit, and it actually like hurts him, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And the way that Patchwork did it, how I can't remember exactly like how he morphed their power, but it was like they were the human powers put into it, made it so like the one attack would be like super strong or something
It's
along those
like
lines.
a glass cannon. Is
Yeah.
how I saw it. Like all
Yeah,
offense.
All offense, yeah. So he put all of their power, like human power, into it as offense. So yeah, he was able to kill them in one strike, but he actually was like, if he would have probably got ganged up on by the three, he would have been in trouble because he underestimated them.
Yeah, he
And,
got
like, that
smacked
just-
up and like just ravished through buildings, and I didn't expect that. I think because we've been shown that Toto is a fucking badass and has
Yeah.
almost never been caught off guard like that. And he got not only did he get caught off guard, but like see him get smacked and then like DBZ like shattered through buildings.
Oh yeah, dude.
And this
through
is a normal
skyscrapers.
person, right? Like these jujutsu sorcerers are normal people. They're human beings
Yeah.
with exceptional powers. So like this is crazy. And seeing
Yeah.
our hero get smacked up like that was yeah, big time going, uh-oh.
Right? Yeah,
Oh,
that's
shit.
where I was at. I was like, oh man. I mean, hopefully it put him on, like, in the mindset where he's like, all right, like, that could have been much worse. Like, I could have died in that instant. So going forward in this fight, I'm just hoping that he doesn't slip up again like that, and just
Right.
recognize that Patchwork is no joke. I hate that guy, man.
Yeah, I think it's like Mojito. I just call him Patchwork, but dude, shout out to the fucking names in this. I really like the move. Is it Polymorphic Soul Isomer? Isomer? I don't know how to pronounce that last one, but it sounds badass when I read it. And then,
Yeah.
and this is a dangerous part of Patchwork is we understand he's completely manic. He'll do anything at this point, and he has the capability to do anything. Literally, his imagination is the limit to his powers because he can just rearrange the souls of humans against their will to amass these fucking creatures. It's disgusting and yet awesome. Like, this is such a good villain. And I think he totally embodies just almost like how we saw back in the day, if I were to compare it, like Kid Buu, in that fight where it was just like, I just want, for him, it was just like chaos incarnate. And I think we're getting to that point with Patchwork because he's like leveling up at the same time. Like he's his battle tactics, like as he fights with these two, he's constantly like getting better. And I think when we saw like during the clap fights, like he's not getting as fucked up as he was in previous chapters. Like he's holding up more in line with it, and he's coming up with techniques to counter it. So he's crazy. He's crazy.
Yes. I see, like, just with reading My Hero, the stress you see with the fights where, with Shigaraki, all it takes is just him touching you with his hand.
Right.
And
right,
it's the
right,
same
right.
with Patchwork. Like, all he needs is just to get a hand on you and you're done. Like, it's game over at that point.
It's not even,
I mean-
it's like the soul. It's one thing is like touching the hand, but when like his power revolves around him, like intercepting your soul, it just makes it so much more,
Gruesome. It, like, twists your
so
essence.
much more,
Like,
God, what's the word for lack of a better word? Like involuntary. Like I don't know, man. It's just, it kind of sends shivers down my spine because it's something that shouldn't be reached like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're supposed to, when you die,
Your soul's precious. It's off the line.
Like it's a gem. Yeah.
Yeah. And so someone it's cool. I mean, he's a good fucking villain. I'll tell you that much.
Yes.
I love when a villain that does a good job when you don't like the person because of what the capabilities that they can do.
Yeah. And I feel like we're gonna hate him even more with the bomb he dropped at the end where he's dropping his domain for it's like a split second, right?
Yeah, self-embodiment perfection. As you could tell, I was leading up to that when I was saying how he's learning so fast and adapting because that's the Gojo ability. For 0.2 seconds, Gojo did that in one of the fights. And so now he's copying. That's what I'm saying. Like, wow, this guy is crazy to try. And the panel that it gives us where he's kind of shouting, it's all or nothing. Oh, man, you can truly see how manic this villain is. And shit's getting real. Shit is getting real.
That's the part that really made me fearful for Toto. I'm like, no, domain expansion, even like the half-second domain expansion, like don't just Itadori protect him.
0.02, sorry, 0.2 second domain expansion. 0.2 of a second domain expansion, and what's about to take place in that time frame.
Yeah. Man.
This is gonna get, and yeah, you can tell because they're both like, what the fuck? Like he should be afraid of Sakuna, but he's not.
Yeah.
I just want to shout out like the way the panel flows, the way the artist, of course, does this. Like the fight scenes flow very, very, very good because you're just like literally flicking from page to page, and your eyes just follow everything very well.
Yep.
You get caught into it. That's why sometimes it's dangerous. You can read these mangas pretty fast when it's all action because it's so easily consumable and readable.
Yeah. Yeah, page layout is top notch.
Fucking domain expansion, man. Have we seen... I don't think we've seen Toto have a domain expansion, right?
I don't think we have we?
I think it's the only Jujutsu sorcerer we've seen with domain expansion so far is Gojo and then Megami, which Megami's was like able to infiltrate his like shadow domain, if I recall. I don't remember the name of it was.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen Ichidori. I mean, Ichidori's would be Sakuna's if he gets a feel for that, a control of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah. 7 days, bro.
7 fucking days. Good luck, everybody else.
Right?
Everybody else, I mean me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And me, bro. All of us.
It's just like, it's crazy because we're reading Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man, and they're both like going full fucking speed into shit.
Yeah.
It's heavy shit coming up.
It's a lot to take.
And my hero. They all just got together in a fucking circle jerk and said, let's do it, boys. Let's give them all fucking pain. So I read Dr. Stone. I read Dr. Stone so I can chill out afterwards.
Oh, bro, I need to start reading some Food Wars again or something. I need some chill.
And I'm picking up Solo Leveling. I'm picking that up.
Oh, well, I haven't read any of that, but I'm just going to assume you hate your life.
Of course I do. That's why I love Kobeni, dude. It's all suffering, baby. It's all suffering. What is to live life? What is to live life than to suffer the moment you wake and the moment you sleep? Without suffering, you couldn't see the light. You couldn't tell the difference. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go.
It's really poetically dark.
I think that was like a rip off, like some quote that's like, you can't have light without the darkness. Some shit like that. So don't quote me on that one, boys, as I fuck around with my mic. Anyways, so that's the Jujutsu Kaisen anime. As I talk at
Manga.
rapid reflux position, super fast. If I had a curse technique, it would be curse speech, but instead of like being quiet, I would talk super fast, and your brain would get scrambled. That would be my
and
curse
none of the
technique.
words would be correct.
Like Scatman, the Scatman curse technique. Wow, wow, wow.
Oh, bro, the world can't handle that.
Watch me in the new. Hey, what's the mangaka's name? I forgot. Yo, get me up on that. Get me up on that anime. I'll be the foreign jujutsu sorcerer.
The American dude, you're gonna
The American
just get destroyed like the Americans in Chainsaw Man.
Of course, I'll be the American, and my cursed weapons are guns. That's how it's gonna work.
Yeah, it's fitting.
Where is it? Bam.
It's anime
Okay.
time.
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's get into the anime. So right now we're jumping into episode 6 of the Jujutsu Kaisen anime. If you haven't caught up to it, this is your spoiler warning now. So head on out, watch it, then come back to us because we're holding no hands. We're getting into it. Jordan, what do you got for me?
Bro, there's a lot of comedy in this episode. I found
Yes.
myself laughing so much.
Right.
So let me just, it's the scene where Gojo is demonstrating curse power and curse technique on the soda cans, and he just kind of destroys the one can, and then the other one it ends up like twisted,
Yeah.
and like
I'm already
Itadori's
laughing because I know where you're going at.
Itadori, like how he's like, oh, so like I can do that too with curse technique. He's like, nope, you're born with that, and then you weren't born with any. And Itadori, like, you just see him slowly, like he visually like deflates. He becomes like a
even
balloon.
before that, I was thinking before that when he has like that super like studious face, he goes, "I see, I don't get it."
Oh,
and it's
yeah,
like super
dude, that
serious.
part too, yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah, I just started laughing.
Then it goes into the explanation, yeah. But yeah, the part that like really had me laughing was like he's slowly like deflating like a balloon, and like he's not even doesn't even look like him. It's like very vaguely Itadori,
Right,
and
right.
he's just laying on the ground like I want to. And then he goes through all these like different anime powers. He's like, I wanted to use my Rasengan. I wanted to use a Dodon Ray, a Kamehameha.
Yeah, just fuck anything, dude. You name it.
Bankai. I was like,
Yeah,
dude.
the Bankai one.
I was dying. I love
that
when
was
like
good.
anime and manga references other like anime manga.
Yeah,
It like it's like putting it in our world as if like they're consuming it like us, but they have like wild shit going on too.
and I think it's a way of like paying homage like to the influences of that person because like whatever you consume, be it consciously or subconsciously is gonna is gonna form your style in a way and how you tell your story. So seeing that, like, yeah, it was fucking cool to kind of relate to it. And it's like the same episode, the same thing with the episode prior. We have Kugasaki, and she's talking about the Smash Bros on the Wii. And so now this episode we have Ichidori like, well, I want to be the guy who uses Bankai, and like he thought he was gonna have this power of like of the content he's consumed, the manga he's consumed. And so seeing that, like you mentioned, like you hit it on the head, it was super cool to see and funny because I want to do that if I get to be a sorcerer, a jujutsu sorcerer.
But yeah, so I feel like we're gonna get. So this is a prediction. Like this first season, how far do you think it's gonna end up? Like based on where we're at in the story compared to the manga. Because I'm thinking like we're gonna get through the inner school kind of tournament. I can't remember what they call it, but the two schools.
I think we're gonna get to. Let me think. Actually, the school part. This okay. I'm like reflecting on when this took place, but the one that oh shit. Whoops. I almost spoiled. Oh, that was close,
slow down.
dude. Yeah, we got to remember we're not talking about the manga. So we mentioned the school scene. I got really into it. I definitely see us getting to that point. Now, what I want to say is I'm trying to break this into non-spoiler, but in the opening credits, at the very end, we see Ichidori and his friend with like the hair, his bangs going over his eye. You see that, right? In, like the opening.
Have to watch it again.
Fuck.
I might have missed him.
Like, you know, if I told you what happens, like if I told you this person in the manga, you would know who it is.
Oh, okay.
Shit. How am I gonna break this down? I just want to know if like I think it's gonna get to that point, and I don't know if that point takes place before. No, you're right. Know what? No, scratch everything I said. It's gonna say for absolute. I think it's gonna get to that school fight scene because we do have Toto in the opening scene, and I think so. I think you're right. I think we're gonna get to that spot.
All right, let's jump off that. I shouldn't even ask that question.
Yeah, because now that's manga territory.
We're in dangerous territory.
But in the show, it does say, you know, they're having a exhibition of different schools. So
yeah, that's the only reason I brought it up. Yeah.
Yep, and the character that we just referenced is in the opening. So, you know, you'll see him there. So we're good. We're good.
Let's jump back to the episode.
Yeah, let's go back to the episode. So, we're talking about so it was good. We had the comedy there, the comic relief. But it was cool seeing the contract scene take place between Sakana and Ichidori, because actually, I thought when I was, because I'm a manga reader, there was a point in the anime right now that the roles were reversed. I thought someone else had asked the question, and I don't remember what it is right now, but it clicked for me when I was watching the anime. So it was cool seeing that. It was cool seeing that scene take place. Because again, we see how just powerful Sakana is when he, you know, gives him this contract and says, if I win, listen to my conditions, but if I lose, you know, there's no conditions. And the moment Ichidori says, yeah, let's go, it's sliced up.
Yeah, he was like in the middle of a sentence and he's like, yeah, that'll be, and then just done.
Dead. Done. It's over. Game over. That scene, but the kitchen, the restaurant scene, I was so excited to see this take place. And we got it, and we get it good. Mappa, M-A-P-P-A, whatever, how do you pronounce your studio? Dude, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause, because you made that scene so much more crazy than the manga.
Bro,
like in the manga, we got what happened. But in the anime, when you, like, the human beings one by one just getting lit up, and it's like, holy shit, we are dealing with a fucking curse, a high-level demon devil curse Gojo, Mr. Mount Fuji head.
And the way he did it too was just brutal, because he's like having people just pop off. Like, it's not, he could have just like lit them up all at once, but it was kind of like he wanted to have like savor the terror as they realized, like, seeing one of their friends just catch on fire.
Yes.
Like,
and you know, I also want to jump in here. Prior to that, we do have the character who says, I've always had a strong like sense of danger and fear, and how he like just, because he quits on the spot because he can sense like something bad's going to be happening. And I love that because, you know, us as humans, we have our superstitions and that gut feeling. So it's a way to bring us into the scene again, because they're like, holy shit, like that guy felt what was about to happen and dipped, and then immediately immediately afterwards, following that, we do get like the Charboil like one by one scene.
Yeah, it's cool how it was represented too. Like, he couldn't fully see like that there was danger in there, but he saw in like the chairs at that table there was this dark figure, like dark. It wasn't even figures. It was just like a dark
energy. Darkness,
and he he recognized that if he went over there, he'd die. So he like ghosted out of there. And
sorry,
you know,
boss,
like,
I quit.
Oh, you know, after like he feels just so justified. He's like, oh my god, I'm never gonna like doubt myself again. He probably got all the confidence.
Like, the more you trust your guts and your instincts, the higher your connection to that happens, and like you get in tune with it. So I love that scene. I really love how they did it into the animation, and like you mentioned, and Gojo just lights him up tauntingly, brutally, savagely. You can truly see like the malice in it, and his cheeky ass grin, and like that poor one server who like witnessed it all go around her and almost made it out, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
just to be.
It's going to be interesting seeing the next episodes. We have the mention of Volcano Heads asking how many Sakana fingers he is in strength. And what'd he say? He's like, I'd say you're like 8 or 9.
7 or 8, yeah.
7 or 8. So, I mean, out of 20, right? That's how many of the fingers there are?
Yeah.
Is it 20?
See, because he has 20 because he has 4 arms. Sakana's 4 arms.
Yeah. So, at the end of the episode, we see that Gojo knows that he's about to get attacked. He gets out of the car, sends the car away, and then Volcano Head comes in from above. So, we're gonna see a representation of strength wise where everyone stands, kind of, and it's gonna be cool to see.
Yeah, I agree. I've been looking for every scene or every episode that comes out. I'm looking forward to it, but this next part, I've been looking forward to it quite a bit, and especially how the animation takes place prior to this. I can only just happily in anticipation, eagerness of how this hopefully portrays beautifully for our eyes.
Yeah.
Because there's a badass scene coming up.
Yep. Stay tuned. Gonna be.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. Yeah. It's cool.
Oh. Yeah. Damn.
But yeah, guys. So you're in for a treat. If you're just
stuff.
watching the anime, I don't know if you're readers only, but I suggest watching if you read manga, I suggest watching it up to that point, because you do kind of. It's cool to see how it translates from read to watch, and yeah, this is a fucking awesome series for sure.
It is.
I'm happy.
Awesome in both mediums.
Started it. Yeah.
You're welcome. I'm pretty sure I told you.
You did. Yeah, you were the one to tell me to fucking start. So, that went up to Jay. He got me onto that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All on me.
All him. But yeah, guys. So I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up for today. Unless you got anything else you want to add?
No, I think we covered it all.
Yeah, I think
I'm so happy we're getting so into deep into these series, because they're so good. It's just we're getting some good points, and
it was hard just glossing over these in our original recap format where we're constrained with time. So really happy with this new one. We can really do we want to do the most and talk passionately about these episodes and these series. Just right now. Oops. Oh well. Oops.
Oh, chill, bro.
I pressed the button, so I had to splice that back. I hit enter on my keyboard. Just right now, we almost hit the hour mark. We're at 57 minutes from recording this episode. And so if you're in the podcast, you're seeing us all play out in audio. But if you're in the video format, then you'll see it, separated. But it's really, this is just the how long you could talk about these things. And we really only talked about 4 things. That was 3 manga chapters and an anime episode, and it's just really nice to delve into the depths of the contents and substance of it.
Yeah. Oh, I know, dude. There's so much else that we're watching that we could just go for hours, and it's...
Yeah. I think what we'll do is we'll keep this up, and then maybe we'll have themes once a month to add on to it, because there's a lot of good content. And I want to get people like guests who are watching this too on it, so... That's going to be fun. Cool. Yeah. I mean, we can do whatever we want. It's our podcast, and we hope you guys enjoy that aspect of it. I want to quickly thank our sponsors, which is me and Jordan, for doing whatever the fuck we want.
Oh, we really out here, bro.
We out here having a good time being weebs, and we appreciate everybody who takes part and listens and watches, and thank you guys so much. Reach out to us. You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Haas, MrHaunzz. And our official Monch Hours Twitter is Monch_hours. That's our Twitter handle. And, you can find Jordan at...
I'm on Twitter at HighRizza, HiGHRIZZZAH.
And what's our Instagram, boy?
Oh, what is it, bro? Instagram.
It's Monch_manga.
That's why I was hoping you'd pick it up, because I had a blank for a second there. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, and same thing for podcasting. If you're watching this on video, you can find us at Monch_Hours podcast. Actually, sorry, just Monch Hours. And then vice versa, if you're on podcast, you can find us on YouTube by searching Monch Hours. So we do have the platforms available for consumption. And just want to thank you guys. Subscribe if you like our content. Leave a like, leave a comment. I'm just eager to see what you guys think about this. Like, what we really want to do is just talk to other weebs, and it's fun doing it on Twitter. But we'd love to expand that to our listeners and our watchers. So, with that, I will say thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys are safe and have a great time. We'll see you next time on the Monch Hours podcast.
Thanks for watching. Till next time on Monch Hours.